Today's episode is 6 ways to start your keto diet in the new year. I have some big news about our upcoming Keto Made Simple Masterclass, which will be January 6th through 14. The link to learn more about the masterclass is in the description below. We've been helping people now for several years through the Adapt Your Life Academy to learn how to do keto in a simple way. Check it out down below. Well, the number one way to start the keto diet in the new year, to be sure that it is successful, is to cut the carbs and keep the carbs under 20 total grams for the day. Now, I've been teaching a prescription strength version of a keto diet at Duke University for over 20 years in the research and clinical setting. And keto is not really a type of food. It's not a brand of food or diet. It's a metabolism. So keto means that your body is using ketones for glucose in many places, and your body is using fatty acids in most places. So fatty acids and ketones are the fuel, not carbs. So the way to get your body into a fat-burning state is to cut the carbs super low, keep them low, and your body will automatically start burning fat. You know, if you think about it, all humans become fat burners if you don't eat anything for 3 days or so, because that's what we store on our bodies, fat. And so you generate ketones from your own body fat. So you don't need to add in ketones and have ketone drinks and all those sorts of things. So number one, to start the keto diet this new year is to keep the carbs low, 20 total grams per day, not net carbs. Net carbs is where you subtract out the fiber and sugar alcohols on the assumption that they don't affect your metabolism. But in my experience, in many cases, it does affect the metabolism. So I always teach total carbs, not net carbs. Number 2, clean out the pantry and get rid of all the high carb foods if you can. It certainly makes it easier if there are no tempting or tantalizing carbs around the house. Of course, a lot of times people will just all decide to do it together in a household, but try to, if you can, clean out the pantry or keep the carbs separate from your foods. And you'll even find that over time, the pantry becomes kind of a dwindling source of the food. And it's the refrigerator where all of the great healthy foods are kept because they're fresh. So clean out the pantry if you can and the cupboards. Although remember, if you've done this before, after a couple of days, your hunger is gone, and you have all of this willpower. When it's not really willpower, you're just not hungry. So if you've never tried a keto diet before, that's the secret, is that after a day or two, you're just not hungry. And that's because your body is burning that stored fat. Like I mentioned, it's there all ready to be used. You just have to keep the carbs super low. Number 3, make protein a priority. So a lot of my patients at Duke are surprised that I don't teach that you have to have oils and butters and all these things, medium chain triglyceride and ketone drink. No, protein comes first. Make protein a priority, and that's just general sound nutritional advice. Our bodies are made of protein, that is amino acids, the building blocks of pretty much all of our cells and proteins, and so you want to be sure that protein is a priority. Now, if you're eating a largely animal-sourced type of keto diet, then you don't have to worry about the fats, because the fat will be coming with the protein. If you have eggs, chicken, poultry, meat, and shellfish and fish, you're going to be getting the fats with the proteins that you eat. So I don't really have to worry about telling people to have fat, because they'll get enough of it in the food. And then if you're trying to lose the fat off your body, I don't want you to add in fats and oils to your food, because I want your body to burn its own body fat. And that's where the ketones come from your own body fat. Number 4, to start your keto diet in the new year, avoid packaged food that's labeled as keto or great for a keto diet. So the food industry, which kind of got us off track many years ago with the low fat products, the high carb, remember, Snackwells and candy marketed as low fat when it doesn't mean it's healthy, right? Well, now our ultra processed food industry is creating keto products. So you want to be very careful. Don't look at just the marketing and labeling on the front. You want to go to the nutrition facts and, yes, look at the total carbohydrate. The system I teach is actually pretty simple. You just watch the total carbohydrates, and you'll find that a lot of these keto products are not low in total carbohydrates. And remember to stay under about, that's right, 20 total grams for the day. One of my patients said, this is a lot easier than doing a calorie-restricted diet. There I had to count to 1,200 calories. Here I just count to 20. Well, and even the system that we've developed at Duke and we've studied and published peer-reviewed journals on doesn't really require you to count carbs at all, because if you just stay to the list of foods, you are going to be keeping the carbs under 20 automatically. Number 5, in North Carolina, where I work at Duke in Durham, most of my patients will eat out at restaurants or fast food pretty much once or twice a week or more. And even some of my patients only eat out. They never cook food for themselves. So I've had to learn how to help people when they're going out to fast food or other restaurants, and it's fine. So again, you just watch the carbs. So if you go to a burger place, you get a couple burgers, and of course it could be a cheeseburger or a bacon cheeseburger, and you don't eat the bun. No, that's right. You don't have to eat the bun, and you don't have fries, and you don't have sugar in the drinks. Grilled chicken is the chicken of choice, or rotisserie chicken, not chicken with a carby or bready coating on it. A lot of chicken consumed in North Carolina, I have to tell you. But wings would be fine, like ideally naked wings, meaning no carbs or breading on it. And if you've done keto a while, you might have even tried this idea of putting pork rinds as the breading on your chicken, fish, or pork chops, and it's actually remarkably good. But not everyone likes it. But these are just simple ideas to try if you want. So it's not forbidden to go out to fast food and other restaurants. In fact, you can save time and have someone else prepare the food for you sometimes. The final thing to start keto in the right way is to not overconsume the fat. The current kind of internet keto fad out there, the internet keto is all about adding oils and butter and having an unlimited amount of fats. And that's just not the case if you're trying to do keto to fix your metabolism, like to reverse diabetes, to reverse obesity, to reverse high triglyceride or metabolic syndrome. Then you don't want to overconsume fat. So in my method, what we do is we have a list of foods for you for guidance, and we limit things like cheese, because cheese has lots of fat in it. We limit things like mayonnaise, because mayonnaise has lots of fat in it, and cream and other dairy you want to limit as well, because not just because of the carbs, but also because of the fat. So the method that I teach really blends a carb restriction and calorie restriction idea together all in one program. And, I didn't make this program up. I borrowed the knowledge from the doctors who were using this in the late 1990s, the Dr. Atkins, Dr. Eads, Dr. Rosedale, Dr. Bernstein. These are all doctors using this. And remember, keto is not a type of food, it is a type of metabolism. So what I teach is actually very close to what used to be called the first phase of the Atkins diet or South Beach diet, or a book called Protein Power. Remember those? What I teach is very similar to that, more similar to that than the current internet keto craze that you're going to see. So be careful with these keto products out there. Well, I hope that's helpful, and I want to remind you again, we're starting up the Keto Made Simple Masterclass at Adapt Your Life Academy in the beginning of January. So get on the wait list or sign up if it's time, and we'd love to help you at the Adapt Your Life Academy if you need it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and check out adaptyourlifeacademy.com.